Hello, Austin County. Today we are in the living room with Terry Lynn Arnold of the IBC Network to talk to her about her very exciting event. Terry, we're glad to have you.
I have been running around Sealy with these in front of my face. I'm so excited about the Yellow Rose Boot Scoot. Can't wait to talk to you about it.
All right, so Yellow Rose Boot Scoot, what is it? You know, people hear about it, they see your wonderful posters, but they, ask me, what is this?
Well, what it is a charity event for the IBC Network Foundation to support research for inflammatory breast cancer. And, you hear about a lot of pink events and they're galas, they're kind of stuffy and no shade, but they're a little boring. We wanted something fun and family friendly and also a little bit of an homage to Texas because Texas really stuck its neck out. The state of Texas is underwriting the infrastructure for a lot of research, which is very unusual. I talk about that all day long. But anyways, we wanted to combine that Texas swag with the Yellow Rose and put together a fun, family-friendly event. And that's what it is.
And we need more of those these days.
We do need that. I grew up in dance halls. I love them. I love that mentality that you were there with your aunts, uncles, cousins, your grandparents, and you're just having a really good time.
Yep, and those are the ones you remember.
That's what I remember.
All right, so you talked a little bit about, but why did you actually pick Yellow Rose Boot Scoot?
Well, because the state of Texas is doing a lot of amazing things, it just felt like a very organic thing. And I think also we're a little pink saturated, and I kind of wanted to tie all this together into something different because inflammatory is different. It doesn't present with a lump. Mammograms don't find it. So we're trying to change that narrative a little bit and also make it more unique. And then Yellow Rose is what can you not love about Yellow Roses?
Well, yeah, that's the absolute truth. All right, so you talked a little bit about it, but when people come out, what can they expect? Now, I can tell you, I went last year.
I know you love
So what can they expect this year?
Well, what we wanted to do is have that dance hall environment. And we're very fortunate that Kenny Store is right here near me.
Right.
Because I live here and I want to do something in my area. And people do fly in from all over the country to come to this event. And so they had that Texas experience. So you're going to come in, you're going to get greeted, welcomed. You can buy raffle tickets. The ticket includes your meal and a few beer tickets and raffle tickets. And there's going to be a lovely dinner. And then after the dinner's over, there's a dance with the Bill Moak Band. It's Bill Moak and the 105 Highway Band. A lot of people know them. They're out of Plantersville. And it's been a little nostalgic because Bill was the first band we hired for the very first Boot Scoot that we did back in, I think we test marketed the first time in 2017.
Okay.
And then we suspended it for a little while we got the ball rolling to get it going with want this to be an annual event. Because it's a very family-friendly thing. It's outdoors under covers so you're protected from the heat and the weather, but also some people worry about being too loud or will the kids be stuck in a chair. No, this is a very mobile, under the stars kind of night. Kids love being there. Family-friendly ticket pricing for the children too, if you want to bring them. And there are raffle prizes. And one of the fun things we're going to have this year under a silent auction is, the Savannah Banana baseball team?
Yes.
Did I say it wrong?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Savannah Bananas. Yeah.
Tied. They're going to have a game in May up at A&M. We got 2 tickets. And we think that's going to be a hotly contested item.
Yeah.
There's just so many fun things in the auction.
Yeah, that people love the Savannah Bananas. Now, I have to ask, will the stained glass rose be there again?
2.
2 of them?
There's a local artisan who every year makes a beautiful stained glass window for us. There's always a yellow rose in it. And this year she's providing a second one. And it goes into the raffle. So for $2, you can buy a raffle ticket, maybe win this amazing, beautiful piece of art.
I was going to say, last year, I think they had 3 or 4 buckets in front of that because people were just stuffing the raffle tickets in it.
It's beautiful. Just the glass alone is worth $200. Not even include the hours she spent making. It's really beautiful. It's just some very nice prizes. And it's not a heavy-handed event.
Right.
We want people to come and learn and get to know us. And I know you're going to ask me one of our long-term plans. We want this to be the Cattleman's Ball. We want this to be the biggest thing out there.
Right.
Because inflammatory breast cancer needs that kind of research funding.
Yes.
And so why can't it be that? We think it can.
Hey, we absolutely can. And I was going to say, on the kid-friendly part, I was amazed that it looked like when I was a kid. I mean, there were adults, they'd look over and, there'd be kids running around and they were having a good time making new friends. So I thought that was amazing.
It is. It's a really unique experience.
Yeah, they really did a good job. All right. So this event obviously supports the inflammatory breast cancer research. Where does the money go? How is it used?
It actually goes to fund the research. Due to the wonderful sponsorship, the cost of the event's been already covered. So everything from here is straight out. is going to go to research. And the IBC Network has funded almost $2 million. And in some ways, that seems like a big number, a small number. But we are a very good investment because then they can take that research funding of maybe $180,000 for one project and then flip it into the larger grants with the government where they might get $2.8 million.
Right.
But without that seed money from us, they can't go for that bigger money.
Right.
And we are that. But we want to be the big money too. We've got ambitious plans.
I was going to say, and the cool thing about research is, one scientist finds something and somebody else goes, oh, that looks like, and it leapfrogs. So it doesn't stay in one place.
It's interesting you would say that because some people say, well, if inflammatory is rare and all that, why should I care about this? Well, unfortunately, all of us has been touched by cancer in some way. But one of the things I'm going to be in 2 documentaries, I have been in 2 documentaries that we released this year. And everything in both of these documentaries talk about if we can stop something is as aggressive as inflammatory breast cancer that flies under the radar screen, all that knowledge will transfer into other forms of cancer. Because breast cancer, melanoma, breast cancer and prostate, those things have overlaps. So this isn't such a solo entity that someone shouldn't say this doesn't affect me.
Right.
It affects all of us.
Right. Research of all kinds is absolutely amazing. Okay, so you talked about these baskets, which I have seen online, and we'll put some pictures up so people can see what they look like. They are stunning. So if somebody wants to donate a basket, is it too late if they want to make a donation?
I'm not going to say no,
Okay.
but we do have a limited amount of space
Okay.
to put them in. But what I need, if somebody wants to help me locally real quick, we're going to make a treasure trunk basket, which I love it because it's going to be somebody's canned okra or somebody's homemade pickles.
Gotcha.
I'm looking for items for that treasure trunk. And if they want to drop them off at my house, I don't live far, or they can maybe drop them off at the library and I can go gather them up.
Okay.
I don't want to make them bring them to you, but
but what will
they could. And but we need things for that treasure trunk because that's a really unique gift to be in the raffle. But we've got this amazing Taste of Texas wines. They're good quality wines of the world. There's a really good whiskey, Stag whiskey, but there's also family-friendly things like there's a s'mores basket.
Yeah.
There's
one with honey and all sorts of things.
There's an Amazon gift card, which is usually really popular. The standard Starbucks, people like that.
Right.
But we try to not do a lot of gift cards. We want you to get a gift.
Right.
We want you to go away with a gift.
Right. Walk out with something in your hand.
Something fun.
Yeah, that makes it nice. Okay, is it too late to be a sponsor or a volunteer?
Not too late to be a volunteer. We always need help day of. The sponsorship is closed. We're very grateful, but we're already seeking sponsorship for next year.
Oh.
So we would
hear that? You want to sponsor?
We'd love to have you sign up for next year. We always do this in April. We try to do it 2 weeks after Easter. This year, we're 1 week out, but so we're already planning for next year.
Yeah, well, you have to.
We have to. We already picked the band.
I say stuff like this doesn't happen overnight.
No, it doesn't.
I don't think you ever stop. So if somebody is on the fence, if they're like, I might go, I might not go, what are you going to tell them to get them to go?
When's the last time you had a really good time?
That's true.
When's the last time you had a really good meal, you danced under the stars, and you went home smiling?
Right.
That's what this is going to be.
Yep.
It is just fun.
It is. And I tell you what, my husband, who's an old, stodgy individual, he smiled the entire time. And he was glad we went, and he's excited to go this year. So that says something right there. Anybody who knows my husband knows that that's a big deal. If you can make him happy and want to go back, you've done a good job.
You're going to have a good time.
You will. All right, you want to leave us with any last words? Show us your poster again.
Well, like I said, if you want to grab some of these, I still need them put up around town. We would love to have you come and volunteer. Just give us a heads up so we know. We're looking for things to go in that treasure trunk basket.
Okay.
And I love to everything with hope always, because when you hear about a nasty disease that's highly fatal, I am sitting here living proof 20 years later. You can have this and be okay. But I am an oddity. I want one woman like me. So come and support a really important cause.
Yeah, and we'll put all the information down at the bottom like we always do, so you'll be able to assist as needed. Now, if they want a poster, can they come to the library and get it?
Sure, I can leave them there.
Okay, that might be a good idea. And then people can go to the library, because I know people sometimes take 2 or 3 and they put them up at their church or their business or things like that.
They do, and we would love to see them all out. And the band is amazing. Bill Moak has an amazing band. You're going to really have a good time.
And the Kenny store is nifty. I'd never been there. And last year was my first time in. So if you've never been to the Kenny store,
as much as I can be there. I love that place.
Yeah. It's great. All right. Well, we are excited. Tell us the date again.
April 11th,
And
Saturday,
Saturday.
6 o'clock.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
6 o'clock,
6 o'clock?
Saturday, April 11th.
Awesome. So be sure and come. Like I said, it was a great time, and we are so glad to help you and sponsor you. And
And I was
you
going to
know,
say, and thank you for being a
we're
sponsor.
glad to, because that, like you said, breast cancer touches everybody.
It does.
So, all right, Yellow Rose Boot Scoot, April 11th, 6 p.m.
Can't wait.
at the Kenny store. All right. And until next time, Austin County, be sure to like, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can keep up with all this good stuff. And until next time, keep smiling.